welcome to the maiden edition of the ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship Program. This program is quite different and is new. It's new because when you look at the challenges that youths generally face, youths like coppers and other groups, there is a big problem of unemployment. When you are in your service year or when you come out of service year, you start thinking, where am I going to get a job? Who am I going to talk to? Who is going to connect me to the so that I'll get this job? And that fear is right in your heart. And some of you start panicking, and some of you start wondering what to do. They feel it's time for me to go for my master's. When I come back, I might have more opportunities. I might be able to sell myself more. How can we help you to start earning money? You all know about the impact that ICT is making all over the world. You know that ICT is changing a lot of things. In many years ago, when you want to contact somebody, relatives in other parts of the country or outside the country, you have to write a letter. You go to a post office, you drop the letter, you wait for 2 to 4 weeks or more before they will respond back to you and all of that. But as you all sit down here, many of you have email addresses. You can talk to your friend anywhere. You can communicate with anybody, Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, name them. Some people created those applications. The people that created those software that you're using, they are billionaires. So in Nitda, we looked at how can we help youths to become like one of them. How can we assist you to de-risk or to remove or reduce your fear of failure so that you can take the bold steps to express the passion inside you and then become someone like them. That's why we established this program, which is called the ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship Program. Basically, to educate you and then to look for amongst you those that have a very unique ICT-driven businesses. And when we find them, we will wait for you to finish your youth service, or if you have finished, we will ask you to come before us and talk about it. The panel of judges will look at it and they will say, this is a great idea. And they will pencil you down for what we call incubation program. The incubation program will be for 1 year. And Nitda will give minimum of $25,000 to the incubator and say, let's say you're a team of 4, and we will tell the incubator managers, the incubation, and say, here is $25,000 for this startup company. Groom them, train them, ensure that they complete their products. If they need to register a company, register it for them. Above all, they have to be coming and resuming in that place every day. Pay them salaries out of that $25,000. I have a number of incubation managers here that they will tell you more about it. You can become an entrepreneur that is creating jobs and making money for yourself, and you are recruiting people. And I hope you will have a very wonderful time with us in the next 3 days. Thank you very much.
So I will say, great Nigerian youths. Great Nigerian youths. Today is to teach you how to create employment instead of looking for employment. Because you tell that most of university graduates, when they graduate, some people will tell you they are not employable. Yes, in terms of training, some of them will not be good enough to be employed. But it's clear that the economic situation in Nigeria and globally is biting very, very hard. That before anybody can employ you, you must be very, very sound. You must be the best out of the best. I was joking with one of my colleagues yesterday when he was talking about having people to work under him. And somebody offered him some people, some candidates to work for him. He now said, there's no way we could take those people. I said, why? Because they are not good enough. I now told him, why don't you train them so that they'll be good enough for you too? But there are opportunities available to you today, especially through ICT. The richest man in the world today, Bill Gates, made his money through software. The next person to him, Carlos Hello, is in telecoms. And when you say telecoms, IT, they're together. So you can't be in this sector and you graduate and the next thing you want to do is to start looking for a job. And that is why Nitda has taken it upon herself to set up a whole office of innovation and entrepreneurship development. To do what? To take people who have ideas. Well, it's one thing for you to have ideas. It's another thing for you to take it to the market where you can start making money or where you can even employ people. There are so many people like that. And that's why Nitda has that office, to assist Nigerian youths who have ideas or who have one thing or the other that is good to them, that they really want to do, but they don't know how to go about it. And that is what Nitda is extending to you today. So I'll just advise you to take what you're going to do in the next few days as a very, very serious part of your life. It may end up changing your life if you are very serious about it. But just take it as one of those things, let's just attend, or if they are giving anything, let me just take it and go. It won't work. But it's one thing for someone to want to give you something, to impart knowledge. Are you really ready to accept what they want to give you? In Nigeria, you say, it's easy to force your horse to the river, but can you force the horse to drink? Can you force the horse to drink? So you have to be ready to take what they want to give to you.
Was starfish. This boy would take a starfish and throw it back into the ocean. But each time he threw back one starfish into the ocean, hundreds, thousands were washed ashore again by the waves. And many will die from suffocation. But he can only throw one back into the ocean. For each one he threw back, hundreds will die. So this old man got close to him and said, what are you doing? What does it matter? Each one you throw back, thousands will die. What does it matter to you? Now this little boy, about 9, 10 years old, had one starfish in his palm as the old man was talking to him. And he looked into the old man's face with tears in his own eyes and said to the old man, it matters to this one, and threw it back into the ocean. Now, here is why I tell you this story. Remember, for everyone the boy threw back into the ocean, thousands would die. And the man was asking him, what does it matter? 1 out of 1,000. What does it matter? And the boy said, it matters to this one, and threw it back. For every youth corper who's in this hall, there's at least 1,000 out there. True? So what does it matter? It matters to you. It matters to Bumi. It matters to these gentlemen who are here. It mattered a moment ago to Steve Jobs. It matters to Nitda. That's my message to you. You probably won't hear them tell you throughout this period that for every one company you try to set up, hundreds would die. It's true. They may or may not tell you, but that's the truth. But should it discourage you? It shouldn't. Because it matters to that one you're working on at that time. I'll leave you with a quotation that has guided my life. I haven't been a very successful person, true. But I'm an extremely happy person inside for this reason. The reason is in this quotation. And I don't know the author, it's anonymous. He says, "Follow not where the path may lead. Go instead where there's no path and leave a trail." Once again, follow not where the path may lead, but go instead where there's no path and leave a trail. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, standing on existing protocol. Corp, OIIE. Corp, OIIE. And to begin with, I want to thank Mr. Bumi Okunowo and Nitda for putting together this program. The National Youth Service Corps is pleased to be, associated with this program, because in the last 3 years, we've been running the skill acquisition program. And under the program, like some of our core members here would attest, that we have 12 areas we look into, one of which is the ICT. And apart from that, our strategy for implementing the skill acquisition program is capacity building, that is training. I know you receive training in camp, even though we have a lot of distractions. We have our training in camp just to sensitize you and let you know that we have this kind of program. And after that, we have a partnership, because the NYSC alone cannot do what we are talking about. And so we collaborate with agencies and government that have comparative advantages. Like Nitda is coming now to support what the NYSC is doing. And at the time too, we try to reach the Ministry of Communication. And my big brother here has mentioned we've been working together. And they are doing so much, because they also have some agencies that have come to them that, okay, we want to do some kind of collaboration on this online platform. And we work with so many organizations, even some of you core members, I'm sure you have applied online to the Bank of Industry. And so we work with so many organizations to try to see how we can encourage you, because some core members have a lot of brilliant ideas. Yes, at times you come to us, you may not get the kind of attention you deserve, but we can tell you that we are doing so much to ensure that what everybody is talking about here is achieved.
I am here on behalf of the Director General, who is unavoidably absent, to represent him and to kick off the project. And I'm going to read the speech for you to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you to the new program that we are piloting, the Nitda Nysc ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship Program. Nigeria is richly blessed with a huge youth bulge, which is very vibrant, energetic, and dynamic. You here today represent this group, youth group. Nations such as India, China, and even United States have continuously supported the youths and their creativity and ingenuity, which have contributed tremendously to the socio-economic development of their countries. This tremendous power in your ability to create and transform the world around you. There are examples all around the world where the youths like you have raised great technology companies worth billions of dollars. Examples such as Mark Zuckerberg, co-founder of Facebook, with company worth $80 billion. I'm sure everybody knows. You've heard of Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger, founders of Instagram, with a company valuation of about $100 million. Brian Chesky, Joe Gebbia, and Nathan Blechasis of Airbnb, worth $1.3 billion. Arash Ferdowsi and Andrew Houston of Dropbox, worth $4 billion. Back home, we have witness companies such as Pegatech, Jumia, Konga, Wakanow.com, and others founded by young entrepreneurs coming out of universities like you. Information technology has changed the way we live positively over the last decades. Through the power inherent in it, jobs have been created in an unforeseen numbers, not to talk of the massive wealth that this technology has brought to the founders or employees of tech companies across the world. There is no longer impossibility except that which each individual plays on themselves. For those who can dare to dream, who can dare to look beneath the rubbles, beneath the chaos, beneath the societal problems, and dare to think, innovate, and create solutions that can solve many of the challenges facing mankind. They are not only changing the way we live, but creating jobs and wealth for the world through innovation and entrepreneurship in information technology. Innovation has become one of the most powerful currencies for creating new jobs, services. When coupled with business management skills, otherwise called entrepreneurship, it creates wealth for the innovators. Today, we are creating a platform through this program for our Corp members who have been nursing one or more innovative ideas around technology to explore, grow, and become the Mark Zuckerberg of their generation. This program is to identify, select, innovative ICT-driven ideas and products that can be turned into businesses within a short period of time. Once found and selected, the Corp startup will be supported through some grants to pursue the business, develop products, and go to market. The program will showcase you to the nation and to the world to create market linkages. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to be afraid of what will become of you after youth service. All you need to do is to think, create, and pursue the dream. This program will support you and take you through the rough paths until you evolve as a successful IT business. I welcome you to this lofty program and do hope that you will take advantage of it to build your dreams. Thank you and God bless. So that was on behalf of the DG, but what I would like to also suggest to you is to try and take advantage of this opportunity. For some of you who have never had this opportunity before, if you were to go to Stanford to pay for this would probably cost you about $10,000 for those 3-4 days. So don't take it for granted. It's an opportunity you want to document, because probably some of the things they don't teach you in school is entrepreneurship. How do I manage business? How do you manage cash flow? How do you create ideas? The world is full of myriad of problems, but how can you help to solve them? So that's how you want to look at these things from. Don't take it for granted they're just inviting you. There are lots of people around Federal Republic of Nigeria who would love to be sitting on that seat. So you want to take advantage of the opportunities and leverage on the ideas, the experiences you're going to get from this program. I myself, I'll be speaking on the Silicon Valley experience. You heard of Silicon Valley, California, where all the technologies come from. I'll tell you my personal experience, how we created companies, how things work around the world. So you want to make sure you listen carefully and take advantage to the fullest. Thank you, and God bless.
He was sacked from a company he started. He did not start throwing pity parties. Like he said, he was still in love with innovation and technology, and he started another company. And Pixar is a very, very big company. So no pity parties. After every failure, there's a success just waiting for you to get there. Any other person?
Good afternoon, all. I think I kind of like the mirror talk he was saying about looking at himself at the mirror, and he said, is there anything worth doing today? If it's no, then there's something he needs to change. Then I think what I got from there is there are a lot of things that we need to change in our lives, but sometimes we need to look at ourselves at the mirror and talk to ourselves and see if there's anything we need not to do today, if there's anything we need to correct for the future. And I think I probably like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Like that on your paper. You don't need to write what it says on top of it. Put those dots on your paper. Just like that. Space it almost like that. Anybody? Nobody? You have. Dude, you just drew a box. There's a dot inside that's missing. So you're not done. All the dots must be touched by the four lines. They must all be connected. Say that again. It's impossible. Huh? Why are you all laughing? Have you done it? Huh? You must draw those lines that by the time you're done, I can't see any of those dots. The lines will be on top of all of them, but only 4 lines. Huh? It's impossible. Quite interesting. Steve Jobs connected the dots, so that's why he started what he was doing. He said he was able to connect the dots. He may not be connecting these particular dots. So we can't. So are we giving up? No. Somebody in the back says he's got it. What do you have? Former has been looking for people from the back to say something. Finally, we got somebody. Yes. Let me see. You are drawing the Star of David. Are you from Israel? No. No. They all need to be connected. All. A whole lot of you have drawn the Star of David. Just put the star all over the place. I don't know what the hell you're doing.